From the edge of Music City, live from Liberty Hall of the historic factory at Franklin, it's Music City Roots on the air. Welcome to our live audience listening in on Hippie Radio, watching on the web, or best of all, right here in person in this beautiful space. Let's hear you out there. Make some noise. Thanks for joining us as we continue to celebrate the launch of Music City Roots in our new home. We sure had a fine time last week, and we have another fantastic show in store for you tonight. It's a benefit for our friends at the Nature Conservancy, too. You'll hear more about that shortly. Yeah, give the Nature Conservancy a big hand. They do a great job. I'm Keith Bilbrey, and I'm honored to be your announcer. Let's get started with the music and to turn to our musical host, a trusted source. In fact, 4 out of 5 doctors surveyed recommend him for country music deprivation syndrome. That's right. That's the latest treatment at Vanderbilt. I heard it just this afternoon on NPR. It's great. Grammy-winning songwriter Jim Lauderdale.
Thank you. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, everybody. Well, I'll tell you what. This is the Nature Conservancy night. Any requests? Alligator Alley, a perfect song for the Nature Conservancy. This is a tune I got to write.
Beans for breakfast. I always like that one.
Well,
you
we
wrote
got
that one, didn't you?
Next week.
Oh,
we'll
next
try to
week.
get that
Okay.
next week. This is a tune I got to co-write with one of my favorite writers in the world, Robert Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
So here we go, Alligator Alley. Car broke down in Alligator Alley, trying to get away from Broward County. Smoke in the sky, there's no returning. 30,000 acres of Everglades burning. Southern Florida dry as tinder. Lightning turned the swamp to cinder. Standing by the roadside, thumb in the air, brushing the ashes out of my hair. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Got picked up by a girl named Alice. She said she'd drive me clear to Dallas. With one last nod to the blazing trees, I said, drop me off in Nashville, please. She said, what about your automobile? I said, leave it for someone to steal. It don't really run so hot. The rods are gone and the brakes are shot. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Whoa, thank you. She said, you look like Elvis Presley. I said, I know, it tends to stress me, gives rise to undue expectations and other such like aggravations. Goodbye, alligators, snakes, and spiders, Florida panthers and big black bears, girls named Lorna, Alice, and Sally. Goodbye, Florida, Alligator Alley. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Alligator Alley, Alligator Alley, no time to sit and dally. Everglades burning, Everglades burn. Once it's gone, there's no return. Once it's gone, there's no return. Once it's gone. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. like that one.
Thank you so much. Well, thanks, Keith.
I
Thank
like that
you.
hot guitar you did. In the middle
Well,
of
thank
it there.
you. You never know what's going to happen here at Music City Roots. Anything might happen, and it will. Well, I'm still getting used to saying it, but we're getting used to. Yes. Oh, sorry.
You're holding up the crew.
I'm
there,
sorry.
Jim.
Yes. Where were we? Something about me. Oh
Getting
no.
comfortable. You getting
Folks,
comfortable.
Yes. No. We're getting used to being here already. This is just so wonderful to be here, guys.
It is.
Our new home here. The place is great. Thanks for coming out and being part of this special session from Liberty Hall. Special season we've got going on now. Wait, Keith's quit giving me the deer in the headlights look like I'm getting ready to fall.
Just wait. The show is young.
Folks, I want to introduce you to this man here that's looking at me so concernedly. On stage left is our MC and radio announcer. He's our voice of choice, Mr. Keith Bilbrey.
Thank you. Thank you.
And over here, stage right, you'll find the Griffin Technology chat room where the artist interviews will take place, and where you'll find our interview guy and show journalist. He's a great listener, Mr. Craig Havighurst.
Yay, all right. Thanks, Jim. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another night at Liberty Hall. Jim is committed to nature. You didn't write those words, but you mean them, every word.
That's right.
And we're about to talk about some videos that the Nature Conservancy has made and is going to roll out this fall. And I want to make sure that we get just a nod to you that you're a part of one of these things. And indeed, I understand that you were the first artist to tape one. What was it like? What did you do?
Well, it was a long shoot that day. I had to be on the set about 5 a.m. I was there for about 14 hours, but I wanted to kind of kick the door open so other celebrities would come in
and they have. I got a
but
list.
No, but I enjoyed standing next to a sugar gum tree right there in the sugarberry. That's right, sugarberry. I'm sorry, I said sugar gum because I went to the dentist earlier. But seriously, folks, I was standing there next to the sugarberry in Dragon Park, where I like to go and do my morning Tai Chi and stand there next to the sugarberry and kind of do this standing meditation to kind of get my chi going and to gather some from the sugarberry. It's been there a long time.
Nothing like a chi for a tree.
That's right.
Well, we're going to tell everybody what we're talking about here. So, folks, of course, we are here to benefit the Nature Conservancy. Your tickets tonight go to the Nature Conservancy. We do this once a season. We appreciate it so much. And to tell us a little more about this video series is our friend Paul Kingsbury. He's the communications manager for the Nature Conservancy. Say hey to Paul. Here he is. Let us decrypt this cryptic thing. The series is called If Trees Could Sing. And nobody's seen these videos yet because they're not out yet, but they're about to be in a big way.
We're working on them now. Jim shot the very first one,
right.
the sugarberry. And the concept is that one of our board members came to us sometime back a couple of years ago and said, with modern technology, is there a way we could make the signs on trees a little more educational? And we came up with the idea of what if we engaged the music community to do a series of videos where they talk about a specific kind of tree and what the benefits are of trees and maybe what people can do to take care of trees, post them all on our Nature Conservancy website. And then we've come up with these custom tree signs that have the artist's face on them. They have a QR code that smartphones can scan and also the web address so people can go see the video either with their smartphone or on the web.
Right. And I love how you've matched artists to specific trees. This is not just sort of generic save all the trees, but Reba McEntire's out there talking about a pin oak, and Mike Farris is out there talking about an eastern red cedar.
Right.
So, what are the benefits of that specificity? I mean, they have to. Each one has a story to tell.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, Reba, we would go to the artist and say, this is the tree you want to do. You have a story, and Reba, in fact, said, well, in fact, my husband Narvel planted a bunch of pin oaks at our home up and down the driveway, and he was telling me, Reba, someday these trees are going to be great. You're going to love them. And, so she had a whole little story about it and how much she enjoys coming home all the time to those beautiful trees.
Each one's like that. Bunch of Music City Roots alums on here. Tim O'Brien did one, Kim Ritchie, Jerry Douglas, Susie Bogus, Webb Wilder, Jason Ringenberg, and then some really notable folks. You guys have, apparently Jim's credibility blasted open the opportunities.
He pulled them in, and then some of those who are really skillful instrumentalists, like Victor Wooten or Tim O'Brien, they actually play some music on the video. And, because they're posted on the website, it gives people a chance to go in and get a little deeper information if they're interested about that particular kind of tree, or learning what they can do for trees, how they can take care of them and grow them and all that.
And when are these going to blast off?
Okay, so it'll be late September. We're going to roll out with the signs, the initial 20 signs in Centennial Park. Those signs will be there, and at the same time, in late September, those videos will be on the web. We'll get some publicity out, and everybody will have a chance to see them.
All right. You're always up to something cool over there. The Nature Conservancy is out there protecting water, air, and the growing things, and they have very creative ways of doing it, and we appreciate everything y'all do. So thanks for being part of our world.
Thank you, Craig.
Yeah. Paul Kingsbury, everybody. All right. Now, I got a few thank yous to make before we get started with the music, because we wouldn't be here without our pals and our partners. Certainly, we wouldn't be on the air without Nashville's Hippie Radio, 94.5 FM. We hope you listen during the week, and we hope you're listening in when you're not here with us in person. The Sapphire Restaurant has been so welcoming to us here in the factory. They've staked a place out and for fine dining in the factory for years and years. And Sapphire Restaurant and Bar, they are feeding all of you tonight over their concessions. They have helped cater the food for the artists and their friends and our sponsors. And there's going to be an after party over there with pickin' and good drinks and good cheer. We had a great time last week, so that's going to be a permanent feature. Just walk down the hall, turn right, and join us at Sapphire Restaurant and Bar for the after party. Stoveworks Restaurant is also here in the factory, and they fixed our crew lunch. We appreciate that. And also, speaking of food, we want to make sure we welcome again our new sponsor for this season, the Nashville Jam Company, who have wonderful products, homegrown right here in town, and family-owned, and just an amazing group of people and great products. So we want to say thanks to everybody. So let's give everybody a big round of applause for helping us out. We, of course, named our new jam after the end of the show for the Nashville Jam Company, so we're going to get everybody on stage to play. Who will that be? Well, we've got an amazing big band with a guy who's played the show many times. He's a friend to all of us, and he's just the absolute hottest thing in rock and Americana gospel, Mike Farris and the Roseland Rhythm Review. I know a lot of you came to see him. And a debut performance by a woman whose voice will blow your mind, and she brought also a big and creative band, Rachael Davis, making her debut on the show. Yeah, all right. And from New York and New Jersey up there, but somebody who's got a lot of Nashville connections, makes some very interesting music, has a new album out. Nicole Atkins is on the bill. I'm especially excited about our first artist up tonight. Jim will tell you about her.
I am too, Craig. The artist taking the stage now has been making fascinating, beguiling music out of her home base in Memphis for more than a decade. And she's developed something unique and modern out of that city's deep historic influences and her own voice and upright bass. Her new album is Runaway's Diary. We're excited to present Amy LaVere.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here. So close to home. Listening to it rain for days, but now the storm's given up its fight. High alone at home so long, I'll take the wind out on the town tonight and ride my bike around this cried out city and the streets steam. The like the end of a record or the start of a bad dream. So if I'm getting a thrill from this jukebox and the candy-colored jukebox lights, and this mystery boy rides home with me, ring, ring goes the bell on my bike. Damn these rules we carved in stone, I wanna bust them into pieces on the dance floor. There shouldn't be rules in rock and roll, and who are we saving our broken hearts for? Ah, he's the last rock and roll boy to dance. Yeah, ring, ring goes the bell on my bike. And he's got a hand in my pocket. Oh, ring, ring goes the bell on my bike. I see clearly he's a thief. Well, he can take what he likes, 'cause it's given me some feeling, and it's worth anything that he might be stealing. Damn these rules we carved in stone, I wanna bust them into pieces on the dance floor. There shouldn't be rules in rock and roll, and who are we saving our broken hearts for? Damn these wallflower faces of stone, dead and blue in the lights of their cellular phones. I don't care if they laugh when we walk out this door. Yeah, who are we saving our broken hearts for? Damn these rules we carved in stone, I wanna bust them into pieces on the dance floor. There shouldn't be rules in rock and roll, and who are we saving our broken hearts for? Damn these wallflower faces of stone, dead and blue in the lights of their cellular phones. I don't care if they laugh when we walk out this door. Yeah, who are we saving our broken hearts for? One more time, Will Sexton. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to play for you now a song that I wrote about my big sister. And she and I are really close, and we traveled around a lot, so we were forced to be each other's good friend when we were at ages we didn't really want to do that. And I teased that really for the first 17 years of her life she was kind of a jerk. She would disagree, but this song is about those 17 years. She's lovely now, just so you know. Big sister's got a light above. Big sister, big shadow. She's got the kind of shade that makes me afraid. Big sister, big shadow. Big sister's telling lies again. Big sister, big her soul. I won't tell a soul. Big sister, big secret. Yeah, she's daddy's girl, the one that made him sigh. A nice pretty thing sparkled in his eye. And just about time these things lost their new, there came me. But only she could be daddy's girl. And I was the one who should have been daddy's son. Well, big sister gets her first steps. Big sister learns to run. Big sister gets to daddy's knee before me. Big sister's no fun. Now I'm just playing with things that she's played out. I'm learning things that she's known about. I'm one step behind, I'm one step too slow. I can't keep up, and she won't wait up. She's daddy's girl, and I was the one who should have been daddy's her. And big sister gets new clothes. Big sister, big shadow. Big sister never wants me around. She don't care where I go. Big sister gets to first base. Big sister, big tramp. Big sister's wearing makeup on her face, and she don't care that I can't. Sister's telling lies again. Big sister, big secret. I'm scared of her soul. I won't tell a soul. Big sister, big secret. Yeah, she's got the kind of shade that makes me afraid. Big sister, big shadow. Thank you. Here they call you rabbit, just hopping down to town and jumping on the train. Well, hey rabbit, can that train take me home too? 'Cause I know I need to. And I can't see her. I got so lost looking in that river full of rain. I watched its shadow box its bangs, and I missed my boat. Sleeping in my coat again. I'm too have a place to go home to. You think they'd let you if you tried to, 'cause I'm scared to look a fool. Old man, you make me feel so young in the way I'm not proud of. I've known shame enough. Hey rabbit, can you read the stars? 'Cause I get distracted. I'm sleeping in my coat again. I'm too far, and I see ghosts, and I don't know where I've been, and I'm just a mess. Old man, I can't remember why I ran or how I got so lost, or how to get back home. Can you read the stars? So this new record that I have out is called Runaway's Diary, and it's a bit of a concept record about running away and having a really good time, and then getting a little sad and missing people you love and going home. And this is one called Self-Made. Well, a self-made orphan doesn't want any love, 'cause I've only known the condition of kind. Yeah, it hurts too much and it isn't enough, and I run at the very first sign. I find my happiness in things lying around, bottle caps, colored glass, and little lost toys. A lonely shoe, this picture of you in rush hour traffic noise. But it's the made-up memories I love the most, of you and me, that I get from my little radio. Yeah, self-made orphan doesn't want any love, 'cause I've only known trouble and tears. Oh, it hurts too much and it isn't enough, and I've been running from it for years. I find my happiness in things blowing around, fall leaves, shiny things, and little lost toys. Yeah, lots of booze, this picture of you in rush hour traffic noise. But it's the made-up memories I love the most, of you and me, that I get from my little radio. Oh, 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 oh. I like to sit here in the shadows and listen to my radio. I daydream, every song's about me. I daydream, every song's about you too, especially the sad ones. Something I put myself through, 'cause I'm a self-made orphan, I don't need any love, even though I dream about you. I find my happiness in the things right here, a cigarette and a bottle of beer. Yeah, slow blues, this picture of you in that listen to my radio. I daydream, every song's about me. I daydream, every song's about you too, especially the sad ones. Something I put myself through, 'cause I'm a self-made orphan, I don't need any love, even though I dream about you with my little radio. My little radio. Yeah, my little radio. My little radio. My little radio. My little radio. Yeah, my little radio. Thank you very much. And this is the part of the story where she goes home. This is the last song on the new record. It's called I'll Be Home Soon. I'll be home soon. Where's the trumpets? Where's the crowd? Where's the ticker tape parade? Yeah, I'll be home soon. Where's the trumpets? Where's the crowd? Where are you, love? Did you wait? Yeah, it's a long road, but I know it's a dead end. And it can stop when I decide to start over again. And it's such a long life, but I know it's a dead end. But there's time to start over again. Just gotta get it together. Go see my mother. She can't know where I've been. Yeah, I'll be home soon. Where's the trumpets? Where's the crowd? Where's the ticker tape parade? Yeah, I'll be home soon. I'll be a mess in a dress with a cloud hanging in my chest. Oh, it's such a big world. Till you've traveled there and back again. Oh boy, it shrinks. It feels like I'm up above, always outside, just clawing my way back in. And it's a tough thing to be sleeping in my coat again. I gotta get it together. Go see my mother. She can't know where I've been. I'll be home soon. Where's the trumpets? Where's the crowd? Where's the ticker tape parade? Yeah, I'll be home soon. I'll be a mess in a dress with a cloud hanging in my chest. Soon. Where's the trumpets? Where's the crowd? Where are you, love? Did you wait? Love, did you wait? Thanks again. This is Will Sexton on the guitar. I'm Amy LaVere. Thank you.
Amy LaVere, everybody. Thank you so much. That was spectacular. Will, it's awesome, man. Amy LaVere. Yeah. She's one of our favorites around here. And Keith,
Yes.
listen to this.
What you got?
Amy LaVere, everybody. Thank you so much. That was spectacular. Wow, that was.
You're freaking me out over here.
Yeah, hey, me too. You're freaking me out.
Yeah.
By saying that.
Listen
Keith,
again. You'll
you know
hear
what?
Say
If
it
this
again.
thing had been working properly, you would hear a live Music City Roots track from the app that I went
Are
to.
you confused?
Hey, Keith, quit looking at me with that pitying look again. I'd rather, you know what?
not gonna look at him,
I
man.
like the old throw me under the bus look better. That was more. I was used to
my
that.
specialty
But
right
no, you know what? This app that's free. We want everybody
there now?
to sign up for it. And I'll tell you what, I'm the biggest Luddite in the world. You know, that means somebody who doesn't know how to use technology. I'm like the world's worst Luddite. But anyway, there. Now that's better without the sound of my voice, what I was saying a few minutes earlier. But anyway, folks.
How do you spell Luddite?
If you go.
I never heard that word before.
If you go to Roots Radio, when you look up your apps, and I did this,
Look
if
up your
I can
what?
do it, you can do it.
Oh, I just caught half
Roots
of that.
Radio, then you can hear Music City Roots 24/7. If you're not listening, that is, to hippie radio, if you need to take a break from that fine station. But now with, and Roots Hippie Radio has a studio right over here. You can go over there and buy Music City Roots merchandise. My new double country CD. Oh, darn it, I forgot to tell them to charge more for it. It's going to be, that means it'll be specially priced. I forgot to give them that memo. Anyway, folks, let me turn things
What
back
was that word
over.
again?
What's
Luddite?
Luddite?
How do you
Luddite.
Oh, Luddite.
D-I-T-E.
I thought you
Anyway,
said Luddite.
Keith.
It says no words found in this word list when searching for Luddite.
See, he can get a laugh just by looking at his iPhone, But anyway, let me turn things back over to the man that puts the Bree back into Keith Bilbrey.
That's
Mr.
me.
Keith Bilbrey.
Thank you. Well, Jim, what if you never had to pay for gas again? Would that be cool? Yeah.
Ears.
Well, if you drove the 100% electric, no-gas Nissan Leaf, which you see sitting right over there, you could answer that question. And so far, 55,000 customers in the United States alone know the answer. You would save a lot of money, and you'd save a lot of money stopping at gas stations. You'd have lower maintenance costs, and the list goes on from there. Every new Nissan Leaf in the United States comes from right here in Tennessee. The vehicle and battery plant are located in Smyrna, just a short drive from here. The Leaf has seating for 5, so the whole family can come along. And currently, if you buy new Nissan Leaf here in Nashville, Nissan's no charge to charge promotion provides you complimentary access to public charging stations for 2 full years. Talk about range confidence. So visit your local Nashville dealer today and test drive the 100% electric, no-gas Nissan Leaf. Nissan, Nashville proud. By the way, the folks in the audience are reading programs on office equipment provided by Digitech. If you need copiers, printers, or serious office machinery, you can find them at Digitech LLC. Now we're going to head over to the Griffin Technology chat room. By the way, if you're here in the audience and running low on your phone battery, visit Griffin Charging Station up in our sponsor village. They're all about keeping you connected, and so is our friend Craig Haverhurst. How about it, Craig?
Hey, Keith, thanks a lot. Folks, one more time, please say thank you to Amy LaVere. What a great set. Way to get the show started. Every one of these artists is kind of breaking in this great new room and sounds lush and lovely. Your voice sounded just beautiful over there.
It was a joy to sing on the stage. The sound was great.
Good.
It was really great.
All right, that's what we're trying to achieve. So Runaway's Diary, it's been fun to get to dive into this record last few weeks. This is from firsthand experience. You wrote your liner notes from firsthand experience and then pointed out it's not entirely autobiographical, but there's a lot inspired by events in your life. What would be the first one?
Well, I did run away from home. My family always traveled. My dad built General Motors plants, and so we were always traveling. A plant would take 3 months to 2 years to build, so we moved constantly, and we landed in north of Detroit, and I was pretty miserable at that time, and it was actually another girl from school's idea to run away, and we went and took a Greyhound bus from Detroit to Chicago. And then we lasted 2 nights in the train station, and before someone approached us and asked us if our names were Amy and Becky, and I said, "Yes, sir. Take me home immediately." So it was an adventure, but I'm really grateful that I didn't end up in a different situation because it was so close, and I really am terrified
what's the
of what
positive
could
thing
have
one
been.
takes away when you're that young? What is the thing that when it's over and you've been punished or done your time and you've realized, but there must be some positive takeaway that you carry through your life?
Not really.
No, you don't, not recommended. Well, I'm a parent of a teen now. It's like the worst nightmare imaginable.
All it did was show me that I was far too immature to be on my own at the time. Was what it did. It was. I guess if anything, it helped me get myself together enough to be responsible enough to leave the house and actually have an apartment to move into. And
right, when the time actually came.
Save a little money.
With some moving around, you spent time in Nashville in the 90s. I wanted to hear a little bit about that time because you were part of the Lower Broadway revival.
Yeah, I pretty much lived on Lower Broadway in the early 90s. It was just at the tail end of when BR 549 was rocking Roberts all the time, and I was crazy about swing dancing and that rockabilly revival culture, and I had just started to play upright bass, so it was a perfect perfect scene of music for me to cut my teeth on the instrument, and I miss it a lot, actually.
When did you begin to develop the style that you've put on these recent records? Though I probably wasn't popping out then. It's it's a little more quiet and subdued for the Lower Broadway world. When did that begin to galvanize?
Oddly enough, when I was prior to moving to Nashville, I was playing in a really aggressive alternative rock band. Really, it was kind of this art rock project, and so when I got to Nashville, honestly, I didn't care too much for that kind of music. It was sort of the scene that inspired me, and I had grown up on country music, so of course it was what I initially was rebelling against, and then it suited my instrument. So my tenure in Nashville was a lot about honing my skills on the bass. That's what came out of it mostly.
Why did the bass feel right to you? Why was it the right musical partner?
I think it's because I was too lazy to learn the guitar well, I think. I had been playing cowboy chords on the guitar for some time, and when I picked up the upright, it was percussive. I was a drummer in my very first band, so that was natural to me. So picking up the upright, it was one note at a time, and it was percussion, and I enjoyed it.
Yep, and you're still smacking it just enough to keep the beat. Yeah.
That's right.
And then, so the story of you moving to Memphis you could probably fill a book, but how did you get acquainted with Memphis, and especially come to meet people like Jim Dickinson? It's such an amazing culture, but it's not a musical culture that's easy to just knock on doors and find your way in.
Well, I would disagree with you about that, actually. Yeah. Memphis is they see through immediately to authenticity, and there's not really, everything's very unique that's there, and they support their characters, but it's also a very nurturing city for a musician, and anyone that is bringing something honest to the table, I think, would be welcome in Memphis. I ended up there primarily because there was this great band in Memphis called the Mud Flaps that would play every Wednesday, and I enjoyed, we would leave Nashville to go see the Mud Flaps every Wednesday play in Memphis, and Memphis is a little bit more of a band culture as opposed to a sideman culture or a solo artist culture there. And I wanted a band together, like the Shel Silverstein poem. That's all I really ever wanted to do. So just spending time in Memphis, I realized that its environment was more suited to what I needed at that point as an artist, and I've since fallen in love with it.
And Jim Dickinson worked on records with you, the late, great Jim Dickinson. How did you come cross paths?
It's just a small town, and I was a fan and sought him out, and was lucky enough to have friends that were very close with Luther and Cody Dickinson. So they pretty quickly became part of my group of friends, and Jim really liked the upright bass, and there wasn't a lot of us in Memphis, and so the relationship started with him having me play shows with him. So.
Oh, I see.
And he'd like to do it where I wouldn't know the actual songs and then would fail miserably, but he enjoyed that. So.
Well, that's an amazing group of people and sound and scene to be plugged into, and it continues to be profitable. We had Luther and Cody on the show not too long ago, and I mean, it's just always so great to be around them. So Runaways Diaries, this record, it's wonderful, but there's a whole catalog. If you haven't listened deeply in Amy's world, encourage you to do so. And we're going to roll on with some more music. But thank you, Amy, so much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Center stage, we're in red tonight. Allie Sutton from Vietti Chili. Take it away.
Now it's time for a word from our sponsor, Vietti Chili. Vietti Chili, Vietti Chili. Tasty, hearty, read that label. Put some on your dinner table. Watch smiles around Vietti Chili. Vietti Chili, Vietti Chili. Chili mac or top with cheddar. Louisiana's even better. Watch smiles around Vietti Chili. Allie Sutton here, your Vietti Chili girl, coming to you from Music City Roots, bringing you that Nashville's hometown chili. Vietti Chili, Vietti Chili. Tasty, hearty, read that label. Put some on your dinner table. Watch the smiles go around Vietti Chili. Vietti Chili. Hey! Thank you, and thank you, Mr. Travis Stinson. And now let's get back to the show with Mr. Jim Lauderdale.
Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Allie Sutton. Our next artist developed her sound in the rich and inspiring Boston folk music scene before coming to Nashville. Yes, leading artists have praised her songs and her voice as being a rare and of particular beauty. Now in Music City, her love of deep roots music and contemporary songwriting has found a nurturing environment. Please welcome to Roots, Rachael Davis.
Hello, everybody. There was the one-legged drummer. Man, he really slows me down. There was the athletic guitar strummer. He never makes the turnaround. And you know we got thumbs on the piano. Well, I mean that literally. Oh, you know we got Wheezy. He's playing tuba. He's bound to drop dead on me. If you wanna join my band, you know you got to understand. There ain't no room for perfection, rejection, no natural selection. Something better be skilled if you want to join my band. It takes a certain kind of man. There's no need for an audition, no competition. Just tell me your affliction, baby. What's wrong with you? You gotta shake it like you ain't got it, and sing that twisted melody. Oh, you know you gotta take it, and you bought it. But the truth can only set you free. 'Cause around here it's the Bible of the sickest. Mr. Darwin, you don't know a thing. 'Cause we ain't the smartest, but we ain't the quickest. But
this is the first time we've ever played together. Like ever, we just met like 10 minutes ago.
I'm just a regular egg. I don't borrow or beg. But brother, I'm alive and well. My good mama said you'd be better off dead if all you care about is your well. That dog Ford Model T is alright by me. I don't need no long limousine. That champagne is fine, but I'll take burgundy wine. I don't need money to feel like a queen. I don't turn up my nose or ever run with those that think they're better than the rest. What's a long string of pearls? I got the whole wide world and who could ask for less? Baby, I live in a ditch, but by golly, I'm rich compared to some others I've seen. Hey there, Rocky fella, I'm here to tell ya I don't need money to feel like a queen. I don't turn up my nose or ever run with those who think they're better than the rest. What's a long string of pearls? I got the whole wide world, you know. Who could ask for less? Maybe I live in a ditch, but by golly, I'm rich compared to some others I've seen. Hey there, Rocky fella, I'm here to tell ya I don't need money to feel like a queen. Oh, you ladies and fellas, listen when I tell ya I don't need money to feel like a queen.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to introduce you to Amir Santiago on the trumpet. And Russan Barber on the saxophone.
You make me peregrine
black as the sea. Just before dawn, every ripple is gone as I disappear. Then I'm as free as the blood in my veins, blossom in chains as I disappear. We have a curious chemistry, lost in a billow of ecstasy, black as the sea. Just before dawn, every ripple is gone as I disappear. What, when, where, why, it doesn't matter to me. How a white light changes reality. Lynn Arthur Nichols on guitar, everybody. We have a curious chemistry, lost in a billow of ecstasy. You make me under my skin, swimming into under my skin, swimming. Thank you, everybody. That was scary. That last note. That was. I'm so happy to be here today. Look at this. Look at you guys. It's so great. It's awesome in here. How does it sound out there? Does it sound good out there? How about you give a hand to the sound guys who work their butts off all day long to make this sound good out there? I'm gonna play one more song for you, but I'd like to tell you first that I'm working on a new record. And these are the songs from the new record. It's not out yet. This is the band from the new record. How did I get so lucky? Behind me on drums is Mr. Dennis Holt, by the way. And over here on upright bass is my sweetheart, Dominic John Davis. Thanks for listening, you guys. I got one more song for you. Oh, I'm Rachael Davis. Hi, guys. In life, the hardest part is keeping safe your heart and giving in to little things can tear it all apart. When the world began, there was woman
Rachael Davis. Sure, why not? You want to do another one, Rachael? Could we get her? Okay.
Are you sure? Okay. Oh, I want to tell you guys, I don't know where the CDs are set up, but wherever they are set up, I'll go over there and say hi after my set and whatnot. If you want to come say hi, I'll go hang out over there. Okay. Well, there were lots of women with golden rings, ribbons, pearls, and everything. Ermine collars and love satin gloves. All of my things are old, ragged, and worn. My jeans are holy, my dress is torn. Please, please, Papa, would you try to buy my love? Well, if my baby loves me, how will I know? A big Cadillac will surely show that I'm the only one he's dreaming of. Whoa, be you my sugar daddy, I'll be your wife, then I could live a diamond life. Please, please, Papa, would you try to buy my love? Pops Davis, everybody. Dominic John Davis. They say the best things in life money can't buy, but I'd change your mind. Just give me a try. Please, please, Papa, would you try to buy? Please, Papa, would you try to buy? Please, please, Papa, would you try to buy my love? Thank you, everybody.
Rachael Davis, everybody. Rachael, that was great. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, gosh. Only at Music City Roots, folks, could this kind of stuff happen, right, Keith?
That's right.
Hey, Keith, I was in the green room, and I found all these bags back there. Have you seen these from Kirkland's?
I haven't.
They say, hands off my stash. I want the camera to get that here. Hands off my stash. Keith, these jars are great for keeping my Nashville jams and biscuits in, and it makes them even taste better. There's something about the way they're sealed.
Yeah, just make a little dip out of it. That's good.
God, that's good. Man.
What kind of jam is that?
This is, I can't quite maneuver.
I know,
it's got
that's the
some
reason
kind of
I asked.
pepper.
I saw you in
it's
a
from, you know what?
delicate position.
Whatever
there.
it is, if it's from the Nashville Jam Company, it's delicious. So it doesn't...
Wait a minute. That's my Mac Stash jar.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not what the script said.
That's what it says.
I didn't
right
realize
here. Jim,
that.
That's my Mike Stash jar.
Oh, gosh, I didn't realize that. I didn't get that.
It says it right there. See right there?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I was going...
Yeah, we got the artist's name on it, and that one's got my name on it, I think.
Sure. Hey, yeah. Okay, Keith, you win. I'm going to go back and finish this.
Actually, I think
have
that's
a good time.
Mike's
Thank
stash jar.
you. Yeah.
It is his jar. I was
It's
just
good.
giving him a
Whatever
hard
it
time.
is.
Well, folks, you could win your very own stash jar when you sign up for Kirkland's Dream Room giveaway. It's a nationwide drawing, so take a minute to sign up at kirklands.com/roots. Well, we'll let Jim chew on that for a while, and I'll remind you that you're listening to Music City Roots on Nashville's Hippie Radio, WHPY, Bellevue, Nashville. Got some hippies out there? Yeah! 94.5 on your FM dial, music and fun for hippies of all ages. And hello to all the hippies up there in the skybox. Are you with me? All right. They're all apparently drove in the popular hippie dune bug parked right here in Liberty Hall. Now that is hippie. By the way, we'll have a regular Roots Radio Hour show tomorrow night, and then Friday night, John will be on. And who is your special guest? Bill Lloyd. Foster and Lloyd's going to be there. That he's fascinating. I think Craig's going to join you, and you're going to have a good time. And I'm going on an Alaskan cruise, so I don't care what you do, okay? Of course, we're broadcasting live from our new home inside the historic factory at Franklin at the intersection of Franklin Road and Liberty Pike. Some of our out-of-town guests and artists stay just down the road at the beautiful Magnuson Hotel in Cool Springs. Keep them in mind on your next trip to Music City. Visit MagnusonHotels.com. And if you're in the house tonight, you can see a beautiful display of French's boots up in Sponsor Village. Now, let me tell you something about French's boots. I am a boot expert. I've been wearing boots since I was a little bitty boy. You may say I have an addiction to boots. And I know a great boot store when I see one. And French's is it. I don't care where you live, what town you're in. If you got a French's boot store, you need to get on over there. And if you want to see the ultimate boot store, go down here on 2nd Avenue. They have got 2, 3 floors. I don't know. I spent several days in there is all I know. They'd lock up, say, Keith, we'll see you tomorrow, and I'd just be looking through boots. They'd come in. We did that several days. Visit French's Shoes and Boots off the square here in Franklin, downtown Nashville, where I was telling you about on 2nd Avenue, all across Tennessee, or visit them on the web at MusicCityBoots.com. Tell them we sent you. Don't tell them Keith sent you, because I am the boot expert. And French's have been keeping Tennessee in shoes and boots since the 70s. They always treat you like family. Well, speaking of another boot guy, there's Craig Haverhurst over in the chat room. How about it? Craig?
Hello. There we go. I've been known to wear them a few times. Folks, one more time for Rachael Davis. What a great set. My heavens.
Thanks.
Now, you have a record that I was given by your wonderful manager, and I always love that when somebody hands me something that is truly wonderful. It's over there. It's called Antebellum Queen, but or Queens. Queens, plural.
Yep.
The music on that is not this.
No.
And so I love a surprise at Roots, and this was one. Talk about, let's start with this project and how big a departure is for you, how much you've wanted to go and hit this particular sound and feel for how long, and have you been building up, or have you done this before?
I do have, I'm from Michigan, and back in my home state, I had, thank you. One guy. I have a side project band that is, we do music like this, but standards. And there is an album that we made like that called Shout Sister Shout. So I have done this before, but it was standards. And these are originals. So it's like the first time I've grappled with writing new songs in the old style.
How did that chemistry get going? When did they start to flow? Because you've got to think structurally in a different way.
Yes. Basically, the main rule is you don't have to avoid cliches.
Okay.
I don't know, I just listen to a lot of the music, and I'm a big fan of like Louis Jordan and Nat King Cole Trio and Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald, all that stuff. And I listen to the music a lot, so, the form is like, it's kind of like a blues form, but like, you get used to it. And, once you start, you can't stop.
And you're working on a record, and talk about what the vision is and when we might see it.
It's an EP, and Phil, who is on keys over here, and Lynn, who is over on the guitar, are the producers of the project.
Right.
And we're recording in a studio that's about a mile as the crow flies that way.
Okay.
And it's an EP, so it's just 6 songs. So you heard most of them just then. And hopefully it'll be out in September is what I'm hoping to. Still got a little bit of recording left to do.
All right. But your background that we would have known if we'd looked you up prior to, say, today, we would have found you in the Boston folk scene, Nashville songwriter world. You just said you played the Bluebird about 6 weeks ago.
Yep.
What I guess I'll say, you have some wonderful details in your bio about a tape, for example, that had Big Chill soundtrack on one side and John Hartford on the other, and you wore that out.
Yes.
And the Motown banjo fusion.
Yes.
And so where did that begin to settle for you, where you really found your way? What little palettes to paint with?
Well, so I grew up in a musical family. My parents are musicians, and they're players and music lovers. And so I heard lots of music growing up in the house, lots of different kinds of music, mostly old-timey stuff, Motown. My dad loved like jazz fusion records. He also loved Bollywood, so we heard a lot of that. There was a lot of stuff. That I heard, and but there was a lot of like old time mountain music, Celtic music, banjo music, and when I was a teenager, I kind of discovered the jazz vocalists on my own.
Oh yeah.
So it was like the thing that I found as a teenager on my own was like the Sarah Vaughan, and like I was the first person in my household to own a CD player. I got it for my birthday. And my dad, this is a crazy audiophile, like when I came home and there was this new way to play music, he got really excited. He gets excited about, he's real enthusiastic, and he was like, I'll be right back. And he like bolted, didn't tell anybody where he was going, and like came back a half hour later, and he had 3 CDs for me. And it was Louis Armstrong's Greatest Hits, and Sarah Vaughan and the Ella Fitzgerald songbook. Right. And he's like, listen to this. It'll change your life. Because that's, I'm sure it changed his life. And so I took him up to my room as my 15-year-old self, and I put it on my new CD player, and I couldn't stop. And I was totally blown away.
Now, are you a self-trained vocalist, or did you ever go and get some schooling in the...
I was in like choirs in high school, but my dad was classically trained, and so he kind of taught me like how to breathe and stuff. But I never had any formal lessons or anything.
Well, you got some control, so it came from someplace. How has the Nashville years been for you? How long have you been here, and what's your take on the town and what you're trying to do here?
We moved here. Dominic and I, we have an awesome 6-year-old son named Virgil, and the 3 of us moved here almost 2 years ago. Oh, okay. And it's awesome. I love it here. I mean, I'm from the Great White North, where there's winter, 9 months out of the year, so the weather itself is amazing. But then the community, it's an artist community. It's based on creativity, and it's pretty amazing. I really like it here. Well,
you are more than welcome, and we're so glad you played our stage and became part of our community. Rachael Davis, one more time. Watch for that EP coming up. Buy a CD or 2 over there. Some very different sounds, very good sounds. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Greg.
Well, up now is an artist who got the attention of her local press quite some time ago as she got on the scene. But by local, I mean outlets like the New York Times and Rolling Stone. She hails from New Jersey and New York, and her complex, layered sound isn't easily pegged to a place or style. Her vision widens with a new album called Slow Phaser. Please welcome Nicole Atkins.
Kill the moonlight, kill the moonlight. We are by the riverside. In the water, the moon is dying. Rising sea, a burning bright, beating last breaths to the tide. River stands still in his eyes.
Thank you so much. This next song is a song I wrote about not wanting to get married and just drive through the desert and murder people. It's called Gasoline Bride. I mean, you know. When I first loved, it was suicide. Drove out of town, a gasoline bride. Don't worry, child, you'll be immortalized. Eyes to the road, babe, just demon eyes. Face to face, or as we see, that I'm you and you are me. Yeah, we're the lion inside the dark. Tonight we'll dance endlessly in a trance, two of hearts, until the morning breaks apart. Now my hair's on fire, walking down the aisle. My hair's on fire, walking down the aisle. When I turn the corner, drown my demon side in the backwater. My hair's on fire, walking down the aisle. My hair's on fire, walking down the aisle. When I turn the corner, drown my demon side in the backwater. In the backwater. In the black. We never know when it ends either. This next song is one of the first songs I ever wrote, actually. It was on my first album, Neptune City. It's called War Torn.
now there's no trace of hope left inside. I've been taken too far. I cracked when I tried to press my luck. Hoping you come pick me up. My heart is warm. Torn, torn. But if one's born into battle and doesn't know any other kind of life, well, how could the battle seem so bad when it's all you've known? It's all you've had. I've been taken too far. I cracked when I tried to press my luck. Hoping you'd come pick me My heart is warm, torn, warm, torn. This love is warm, torn.
Thank you. Oh no, what happened to you? There's an injured man in the front. You should have seen what he just did. We're on the radio, right? Crazy things just happened. This song is called The Worst Hangover, and I would like to dedicate it to my injured friend up front. I took a shot with bullet 509. Jumped through the tunnel to the other side. My saints remember these things all too well. Just paint my memory on the carousel. Round and round. Operator, operator, give me number 911. I'm dying. Operator, operator, give me number 911. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. You never think I'm as bad as I do. Now get out with the old cry at the news. Well, it's a lush life out on broken shells. Just paint my memory on the carousel. Round and round. Operator, operator, give me number 911. The operator never came. That shows my age. We used to have operators, kids. For the age of smartphones. You would get lonely, you just press 0 and talk to them about whatever you wanted. Right? The song is called Red Ropes. You said he'd show me the ropes as he tied me to the tracks. Didn't help the struggle. Lies are good as facts. Years and years you swore up and down. You were over it. You're as it seemed the kingdom. A born-again misfit, a born-again misfit, unraveling of timeless truths, tracing of the writer's roots, the red rope binds in fast embrace, some knots don't untie, some knots do not untie. Hollowed out its veins and fixed a hollow man. You found the cure for pain, swore you'd never hurt again. I'll always be a prize fighter, even up against the ropes. You'll always be a liar, punch drunk on busted hope. Thanks so much. It's nice to be here. I've always wanted to play this show. From New Jersey, and whenever I visit here, I'm like, ooh, I want to go to the barn. It's not in a barn, though. It's in a factory. So it feels like home. And I gotta say, I want to thank our sponsor, Kirkland, for these awesome rugs. They're amazing. Sorry, I'm barefoot. For you listeners at home, I want to wrap myself up in this rug and sleep forever. This last song is called The Tower. tower for all the town to see. Bricks, concrete, metal and memories inside the rocks and stone. Spaces became our home. Arguments echoing, love made so high, searching for words for the end. But we built the tower too high. When the light finally dies and we look to the sky, will we finally know why they call the dawn the morning? And I wish we'd said goodbye. Flying by, trapped all alone in the sky, and you, stars down, and all of our loved ones outside. Our words turned out all wrong, intentions lost and hearts. Now all I want to do is tear down the wall, searching for words for the end. We built the tower too high, where the light finally dies and we look to the sky. Will we finally know why they call dawn the morning? And I wish we'd said goodbye. Seems like the final day you'll ever come my way. So please forgive me if I hold on too tight, too tight. Time, time, time. There's a tower So when the light finally dies, I'll know the answer to what they call the dawn. Wish I could have told you goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. This is Dave Rosen on the guitar, Chris Donofrio on the drums, and I'm Nicole Atkins. We're all from Neptune, New Jersey. Thanks for having us.
Nicole Atkins, everybody. That's great. Oh. Nicole Atkins. Wonderful. That's amazing. Yeah. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. Hey, Keith, is that a second chair I see over there?
No, over here. Yeah, that one's been here.
Wait a minute. Gosh.
I got two of them.
Keith, this is a second
Does it-
chair.
yeah.
Does this mean that... Is this a second
No,
chair?
they're both mine. I'm lying. One of them is for you. Kirkland's, they heard you're moaning and you're groaning and you're whining. No, they didn't. They just thought you ought to have a chair. You just do such a great job for them.
Keith, I'm speechless.
That's a first.
This makes up for the fact that I'm not eligible for the big Dream Room giveaway.
Thank goodness. Do you know how many people we've had to hire just to go through entries to make sure it wasn't something you made up? But that doesn't mean everybody else can't sign up. Kirklands.com/roots to win a $1,000 giveaway. A shopping spree at the end of the season. Kirklands.com/roots. But are you satisfied now?
Keith, I'm so comfortable in this chair that I didn't hear a word you said, but I'm sure it was good.
It was good.
It's just so nice.
I don't want to hear
Well,
another word
I'll
about
tell you
this
what,
entry, okay?
It's great.
Yeah.
Keith, thank you.
We can just sit there and watch the rest of the show, I guess.
I know it.
We'd like to say a big thanks to our good friends and sponsors, Bob Forster and all the Forster family from Star 129 Diamond. They're now in their third generation serving our community, living right here in Williamson County, and they're big supporters of art and integrity here in Nashville. We're proud to partner with them. Let's give them a big hand. All we ask is that you remember them the next time a special occasion demands something truly unique and extraordinary. The amazing Star 129 Diamond can be seen in the New York Diamond District and at fine jewelers all across the country, but here in Nashville, you have options. It's available exclusively at Diamond Outlet on Hickory Hollow Parkway or by appointment in your own home. To learn what makes the Star 129 different from ordinary diamonds, just take a look at star129.com. You can see it immediately. Now it's time to go back to Craig over in the chat room, sponsored by Griffin Technology, making it easier to connect to the music you love. Craig, do you really think he won't try any sneaky entries into the contest now?
I wouldn't put anything past Jim Lauderdale.
Well, that's true.
Or Tim Lauderdale.
He says he's
or
satisfied.
Kim Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's have a conversation. Folks, this is Nicole Atkins, as you well know. One more time for Nicole. Get a little of the story behind those songs. The current record, which is quite new, is called Slow Phaser. Very interesting record, very progressive. And your bio, actually, interestingly enough, sets the story of the record up pretty much centrally with Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
Hitting your hometown. I mean, you were really your folks' place, and start us off there, and what your roots in New Jersey are, and what the impact of that was.
So I grew up in a place called Neptune, New Jersey, and the place that the neighborhood I'm in is called Shark River, and so it's actually the town that Jaws was written, or the movie Jaws was based off of.
Oh, really?
The shark attacks in 1916 happened. Oh. So I guess it's a sleepy little fisherman town with the river on the front and the ocean in the back. And when Hurricane Sandy came, it just kind of swallowed it.
Right.
So I've been, I was writing that record for about 2 years, and I didn't really have a common thread lyrically. And then when that happened, it was like, oh man, I gotta write about this. But it did lend to, you know, like the song Worst Hangover was originally just about a hangover. And I was like, this is really shallow. And then I thought about everybody in my town and all of our friends and family kind of having the worst hangover of their life after that storm, you know.
You weren't there when it happened, but
I was in
gather
Memphis.
You quickly went, you got up there and sort of saw firsthand what was going on.
Yeah, I was in Memphis, and I got back like a week later, and my cab driver like drove me into my town. And he started crying.
Oh, wow.
It smelled like dead mermaids everywhere. It was gross.
Well, condolences and regrets, and I'm sure everybody's rebuilding, and that's another story.
Doing cool.
But then to make the record, you go to another place entirely, and apparently you were out in Sweden. How did that come about?
Well, I made my first record in Sweden, and I was on a trip to Sweden earlier that year and met back up with my old producer, Tor Johansson, and we co-wrote the song Moonlight together. And right after the storm, I didn't know how I was going to make my record or where I was going to do it, or, you know, I didn't have any money or anything. And he emailed me, and he was like, hey, sorry about what happened to your house. Do you need a place to live? And I was like, kind of. And he's like, come live here and let's make a record. So he's my patron saint of rock.
Right. Do you get something special out of being so far away and in such a unique environment?
It was nice to be removed, you know, because everything, like, it was really intense to see a lot of, you know, 60 and 70-year-olds rebuilding their homes. Yeah. And I think I did the best I could to, you know, not be around to help, you know.
Well, take us back a bit to what it meant to you to grow up in the New York and New Jersey area, what the music influence were when you started to sneak into the city to see shows and all that part of your life.
Well, I mean, no one in my family's a musician. They're all like landscapers and insurance dudes. But the Jersey Shore, it's just such a musical town. Like we have so many, like Patti Smith, Bruce Springsteen, Melanie, dude from the B-52s. Like, there's just so many musicians around there that, you know, have made it and done well. So, like, to grow up there, when you tell your parents, yeah, I want to be a musician, they're like, awesome, you know, because they've seen, like, you know, you can make a living off of it.
Right.
But,
is it all about going into the big city and getting it done there, or is it more like, is there a whole world of places to play? And
that came later. Like on the Jersey Shore, like there's so many bars. Yeah. So the summertime, it's like prime time. Like my first gig was playing in an Irish pub that had sushi, which was weird. So like I would play there from 10 to 2, and at 11 o'clock I'd say last call for sushi, and then I'd go in the bathroom and cry about my life, and then I'd come back out. And, you know, they fired me after doing a really drunken version of a Bon Jovi song. I just couldn't take it anymore, and I was like, But then when I wanted to get serious, I started going into the city and doing like the Sidewalk Cafe open mic at the anti-folk scene. And the first people I met were Regina Spektor and Langhorne Slim, and my friends, the Avett Brothers. We went to college together, so.
I see. I saw you on pictures on stage with the Avett Brothers not long ago. So you still palling around with them?
Yeah.
Right.
But like when we all first met, I was working at a restaurant in the East Village, and they would give me like the Sunday shift, which is no money. But they're like, book a music night on Wednesday. So I booked Regina and Langhorne and the Avets and me in the back of this Buffalo Wing restaurant. And it was magical. It was cool.
Well, Wednesday nights are magical for music.
Wednesday nights are
important. Yeah. They're the new Thursday, which is the new Saturday.
Which is new Saturday.
And so your early record, the sort of the debut, it got wonderful press, and suddenly, bam, you were kind of in people's attention. Was that a very quick journey for you? I mean, obviously you've been working a lot, but did you suddenly feel like people are paying attention, I get to do what I want, and to a lot of people?
Well, you know, I put out like 5 records before that,
really?
So it was kind of like, you know, I didn't come out of nowhere, but everybody hated me before, so I was like, finally, everybody realized the genius that I was. Just kidding. No, it was great. I was like, Mom, I'm moving out. So that was good.
And you've come to Nashville frequently. You don't live here, but talk about your relationship with this town.
I love Nashville. Like all of my friends that taught me how to play music when I was in college in North Carolina, they all live here now. So, and I started doing, like, writing songs with other people. That was here. It was my first time. This guy, Angelo Petraglia, and that writes with, like, the Kings of Leon and stuff. Like, we got together, and it's such a scary thing. Like, hey, you're going to go write with this stranger. Like, how do you do that? And then you do it, and it's fine. So, like, he and I
can be.
Yeah, I mean, I actually haven't had a bad experience yet. Like, I feel like when it does get weird, you just write a really bad joke song. Okay. You know, about like hamburgers and butts or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, your management's here and sort of like making a base out of it, a creative hub too. Have you recorded here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's I've never made a record here, but I've done a lot of recording here. It's really nice to have like all these little musical homes around the country or around the world, you know, like Philly, New York, Jersey, Nashville, Sweden.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And some cool big
my
news for
zones.
you. A couple days, you're going to go do a bunch of dates with Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good news for somebody who wants to do. This is cool. Talk about. You said you were a fan early on.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cave, I always thought he was this like really old black blues singer. And then when I saw his picture, I was like, no way. He's a skinny little Australian man. And I was always just a fan of his writing and just how like, I saw a video of him when I was 15 of like early Nick Cave, like from Her to Eternity days. And he was just such a wild man. And I was like, man, how do you do that? And I wasn't like, oh, this guy's spooky or weird. I was just like, I want to do that. But, you know, I'm not doing that. But it was just very inspirational. And so 2 years ago, I got to meet his drummer, Jim Sclavunos, who's from the Bronx, but he lives in London. And I had really bad writer's block. And so my manager was like, go meet Jim in London. And we got together and wrote 3 songs in a day. And then he kind of became my, like, rock and roll dad. And when I saw they announced this tour, I was like, hey, Jim, like, I wrote the email like 10 times. I was like, I settled on, let me throw my hat in the ring. And then a month later, I don't wear a hat, but anyway, my proverbial hat. But a month later, they're like, you're going on tour with Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. But thing is, you can only bring 2 people. So my bass player,
You've wired this up into a great little...
I had to teach them the songs from the record and then relearn them all. And now I like it.
Yeah, it's stripped down, very powerful. So
Yeah.
good luck with that. That's going to be a
Thanks.
blast. I know that first night is going to be just feel fantastic.
Oh my God, I'm not going to remember it. I'm just going to be like...
All right. Have a great time. Nicole
Thank you.
Atkins, everybody. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
having us. It's fun.
Over there, Keith Bilbrey's got a word for y'all.
Thank you very much. I want to remind you, you're listening to Nashville's Hippie Radio, WHPY, Bellevue, Nashville, 94.5. We got any hippies out there? Yeah. And of course, all tonight's artists are donating their talents to benefit our friends at the Nature Conservancy. We so appreciate all they do to protect our air, water, and land, and we want to tell you about a cool way you can join the Nature Conservancy and get a great benefit at the same time. If you don't have credit union membership through your work, just go on over to your local Ascend Federal Credit Union office. Tell them you want to join the Nature Conservancy. Now, that'll cost you about $25. Very worth it. Then you can join the credit union as a member of the Nature Conservancy. But then Ascend will refund your $25 to your new account, so you just join the Nature Conservancy and Ascend Federal Credit Union for free. How's that for a win-win situation? You can help the planet get all the amazing benefits of credit union membership, and it won't cost you a dime. Visit ascendfcu.org or your nearest Ascend Financial Center. Ascend Federal Credit Union, raising possibilities, an equal housing lender, federally insured by the NCUA. Membership is limited. Jim Lauderdale, the honor is all yours, my friend. Turn 'em
Thank you,
loose.
Keith. Thank you very much. Well, very excited, folks, to see the headline recently that our next guest had joined the family at Compass Records. Yes. Now, that's more than just inside the industry trivia. That's a respected home for an artist who's blown away everybody who's seen him since he took his deep dive into rock and Americana gospel some years ago. He's our old friend, and we're sure you know and love him too, Mike Farris.
Say good evening to Mr. Steve Roper on the guitar. Sometimes I get that old funny feeling, that same old way that's all I mean. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, my mind. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, if I live, hey, I don't get kicked. I do believe one day I will find across that hill. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, my. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I walk with the Father in glory. Glory. Go on and tell my story. Story. Tell the whole world all about my victory. Victory. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, my. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, come on, Steve, go. I be the world that's sick, y'all. Yes, I do. That's why I have these blues. I do believe one day every living creature gonna have these too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, my. Yes, indeed. I wanna walk with my Father in glory. Glory. Go on and tell my story. Story. Tell the whole world all about my victory. Victory. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, my. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, I will. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, yes, I will. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, my. Hey, 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 hey. My. Hey, hey, hey. Yes, I will. Thank you so much. Now everybody say good evening to Mr. Paul Brown on the keyboard. For everybody out in Radio Land, you don't know what you're missing tonight. Paul is looking exceptionally nice.
Everybody in the band is really upset with Paul tonight. We didn't get the memo. We missed that one. But he does look so wonderful, don't you agree? Come on, Mr. Sunshine. I was born by the river in a little old tent, just like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a such a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living. People are not afraid to die. Now I know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a such a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Anybody believe that tonight? Then I go to the movie, then I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, boy, don't you hang around. It's been a such a long time coming, but I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go downtown, see my brother. Go see my brother. Oh, I asked my brother, oh, won't you help me please? He turned me down, so I went to see my mother. See my mother. I said, it's too late to go back home. Now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a such a long, but I know change gonna come. It's been a such a long time coming, but a change is gonna Thank you very much, y'all. Now let's go back to Memphis. One of my favorite songs, you know. These old spiritual numbers, they are giving me great strength. And this is one of my favorites. It goes back to the great Thomas A. Dorsey. who has given us so many great, wonderful songs, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I stand and lean on this song so much of my life. It's called The Lord Will Make a Way Somehow. Heaven
You got one more?
We don't have any more.
Okay. Mike Farris, everybody. Let's hear it for him. Come here. Mike Farris. That was fantastic.
There's a sweet relief in knowing the Lord will make a way. He'll make a way. Yes, he will. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. Somehow. He'll make a way. Somehow. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. Yes, he will. He'll make a way. Somehow. Yes, he will. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. He'll make a way somehow. You know I'm trying. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. He'll make a way somehow. Yes, he will. He'll make a way. He'll make a way. He'll make a way somehow. Yes,
Mike Farris.
That's done.
Mike Farris, everybody. Oh, man.
Wow.
So great.
Of course, there's going to be a little more music, right? He's going to be back on stage in just a minute.
That's right.
This whole band staying up here.
That is, you are correct, sir.
Everybody else coming up.
I want to turn things back over here to Craig over here in the chat
Thanks, Jim.
room.
You've done a great job tonight. Thanks for
quit talking
great
about
hosting.
yourself.
Hey. Folks, what a wonderful night. Thanks to all our artists on the Blackstone Brewery lineup this evening. Amy LaVere, Rachael Davis, Nicole Atkins, and Mike Farris, the Roseland Rhythm Review. Fantastic. All their artist merch is over there at that side of the hall. Please go visit, pick something up, visit with them after the show. And on tap next week, a terrific Blackstone Brewery lineup. We got a friend from Nashville who's a really well-known songwriter in town. She's taken off on a wonderful bluegrass jag with her daughters and a great band, and that is Irene Kelly. Got a great new record. She'll be playing songs from that. Some friends of ours from way back. We're revisiting some of the bands that made our first season special, including Mike here. But next week we're going to get to hear from the Vespers once again. Been too long since we had them on the show. And we have sort of an aquatic couple of bands. This is a total coincidence. But we've got American Aquarium out of Raleigh, North Carolina, recently produced by Jason Isbell. Very hot band after 5 or 6 years of rambling around the country. And Songs of Water, a very lush and layered folk band, highly praised. So that's going to be 4 acts next week. Folks, I want to point out to you that in the back of the room over there, we have friends from the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum hanging out with us. We appreciate them. They've got a little display. They go and meet them. On July 30th, we're going to have quite a show here in partnership with the Country Music Hall of Fame. We're doing a celebration of the 10th anniversary of the Night Train to Nashville, that amazing project that celebrated Nashville's R&B and soul history. And we're going to have artists like Clifford Curry and the McCrae Sisters and Charles Walker and Marion James and Matt Gaden. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a bunch of amazing artists here. Not even sure how it's going to roll, but it's going to be a blast on July 30th. Tickets online at musiccityroots.com. And Keith, I think it's time to get some Nashville jam going here soon, but I think you've got some words from our friends before we do that.
I totally agree. Well, we're going to do that. It's tasty. As a matter of fact, it may be the tastiest part of the whole show. I don't know. After seeing Mike Farris, I doubt that. Very simply and appropriately, the Nashville Jam. Let me tell you why. The Nashville Jam Company was started by Gary and Courtney Barron as they made homemade jams and jellies from the abundance of their own garden. Well, as gifts for family and friends, it was great. Then they started to sell a few jars for fun at festivals and farmers markets. And now, even though it's in stores from New York to Texas, it's still made with that same loving care. Handmade, organic, all-natural gourmet jams and jellies, from traditional fruit flavors to wild tastes like strawberry, habanero, and garlic and Vidalia onion. Serving proudly in the award-winning Sapphire Restaurant, the Omni Hotel downtown, and on biscuits here at the Music City Roots, as Jim so aptly demonstrated earlier. They're proud sponsors of our own Nashville Jam, and it gives them one more reason to say our jam rocks. And speaking of jams that rock, let's have one now, shall we? I don't think we will, because Jim is deep in discussion over here.
He's like a combination of Phil Spector and Arturo Toscanini over there. He's getting it all ready. He's music directing. Yeah.
You can see the look on his face, man. He is so...
It's intense.
And they arrange it all, and then they do something totally different. So what difference is it? Jim, my
ears were burning.
Listen,
well, we got to talk
I forgot to put sunscreen on them today. So
Jim, we probably should discuss this privately, but why? We never do that. We always do it in public. When they were finished, you walked out and blew a kiss in my direction. I'm taking it that was for the girls.
That was.
I hope
yes,
it was.
You
anyway.
were not. Your vision was blurry.
Okay.
I was
you scared me to
blowing
death,
it to
man.
the ladies here.
Okay. Well, I'll blow them a kiss too, anytime.
You know,
They'll
Keith.
take it.
Hey, Keith, real quickly before we go to the jam, this has been a good lesson for me. When I've wanted to quiet down the audience, I've tried to deliver a punchline, and then the audience has been very quiet. And then when you've just kind of casually said something, they break out in gales of laughter? Say something.
Because I'm a professional.
See? Anyway.
They laugh at your song.
We'll review the videotape this week, Jim. We'll go very carefully over every frame, and you can take notes, and we're going to get it next week. You're going to have them rolling in the aisles.
Do me a favor. Next week, add the laugh tracks into the thing. No, you guys have been a great audience. If you had fun, we hope you will come back often here, okay? Will you come back sometime and see us? Wasn't everybody great tonight?
Yeah.
Now, have we got everybody got a mic set and everything? And are you guys all ready? Yeah. Brother Mike Farris recommended this song. It's a Billy Preston song we're going to do for you right now. It's called Will It Go Round in Circles.
But I want to dedicate this to the great Teenie Hodges, the great guitar player from Memphis, Tennessee, played on all the Al Green records. He's an underrated hero of mine and one of the greatest musicians to ever live. He invented something that didn't exist before. Teenie brought it to the earth, and so this is for Teenie Hodges.
I got a song, ain't got no melody.
All right.
I'm gonna sing it for my friend.
Go ahead.
I got a song, ain't got no melody. I'm gonna sing it for my friend.
We'll go round in circles.
We'll fly high like a bird in the sky.
We'll go round in circles.
We'll fly high like a bird in the sky.
Well, a great big thanks to all the gang at Sound Image for taking such great care of the live sound here at the factory. They're the best in the business, on tour with just about anybody who's anybody. But you can hire them for your next event, large or small. Find them online at sound-image.com. Music City Roots is a production of Hang Die Media. Executive producers John Walker and Todd Mayo. Would like to welcome Sam Stuckey, our summer intern from UCal, Pennsylvania. Thanks for lending your talents in all kinds of ways and having a very cool beard. And of course, a big thanks to all our friends at Hippie Radio. Don't forget to join me for the Roots Radio Hour tomorrow night and every weekday at 7 p.m., except Wednesdays, of course, where we'll explore the roots of Americana and rock and roll and fun for hippies of all ages. Hippie Radio 94.5 on your FM dial. We're glad you joined us this week for Music City Roots, live from the factory. I'm Keith Bilbrey, and from the edge of Music City, good night.
Hang Die.